This video is sponsored by RKTF University, Radisson Blue.
Good morning, I'm Susha Agarwal and you're watching News Flash. Today is the 2nd of August and we have a lineup of crucial stories touching every corner of the globe, from the latest developments in politics to groundbreaking advancements in technology. The number of Americans filing for unemployment benefits last week reached its highest level in a year despite the overall health of the labor market. Jobless claims for the week ending July 27 increased by 14,000 to 249,000, up from 235,000 the previous week. 8 Indians working in the Russian armed forces have died, the government announced in the Rajya Sabha on Thursday. In response to a query, Minister of State of External Affairs Kirti Vardhan Singh stated that available information indicated that 12 Indian nationals have already left the Russian armed forces while another 63 are seeking early discharge. A teenager appeared in court on Thursday charged with murdering 3 girls in a mass stabbing at a Taylor Swift-themed dance party, sparking violent protests in several English cities. The 17-year-old, who cannot be named due to his age, faces 3 counts of murder and 10 counts of attempted murder following the killing on Monday in Southport, Northwest England. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken called for all parties in the Middle East to avoid escalatory actions that could lead to further conflict, stating on Thursday that a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas is the only way to begin breaking the cycle of violence and suffering. Bangladesh on Thursday banned the Jamaat-e-Islami Party, its student wing and other associate bodies, terming the party as a militant or terrorist organization as part of a nationwide crackdown following weeks of violent protests that left more than 200 people dead and thousands injured. Dell Technologies has unveiled its latest innovation, the Latitude 7455 Copilot Plus AI PC, designed specifically for business professionals in India. Powered by Qualcomm's Snapdragon X series processors, this cutting-edge PC aims to revolutionize the organizational and employee experience by integrating advanced AI capabilities. South Korea is prepared to provide North Korea with relief supplies for damage caused by recent heavy rainfall, South Korea's Red Cross announced on Thursday. This marks a rare outreach under President Yoon Suk Yeol's administration. Now, South Korean authorities are ready to discuss the needed relief supplies, the scale of aid, and the transfer process, and they are looking forward to a swift response from Pyongyang. In a development that has largely flown under the radar, US forces in West Asia have once again found themselves under attack by Iran-aligned militants. Now, this resurgence of hostilities follows a period of relative calm or a calm, with the latest incidents underscoring the persistent volatility of the region. A bomb exploded at a tea house in Kowari village, Borno State, northeast Nigeria, killing 19 people and injuring around 24 others, security sources reported on Thursday. There was an explosion at a tea joint in Kawari area around 8 o'clock p.m. yesterday. We have recovered 19 bodies and 27 injured, said Ibrahim Diman, a member of an anti-militia that works with the army. It is time for a break now. We'll be back with more news. Stay tuned.
इस तरह आरकेटीएफ विश्वविद्यालय राज्य और देश के आधुनिक और उच्च विश्वविद्यालयों में से एक है।
RKTF यूनिवर्सिटी, ये है RKTF यूनिवर्सिटी।
RKTF University, a world-class university. Education glorifies nation.
A bipartisan resolution has been introduced in the US House of Representatives to commemorate the shared values of democracy, religious diversity, human rights, and the rule of law between the United States and India. Led by Congressman Tom Suozzi, a Democrat, the resolution has garnered support from 36 lawmakers from both Democratic and Republican parties. Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim accused social media giant Meta of cowardice after his Facebook post regarding the assassination of Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh was removed. Now, Anwar's post included a video recording of his phone call with the Hamas official offering condolences over Haniyeh's death, which was allegedly taken down by Meta. India and Vietnam on Thursday firmed up a new action plan to expand their strategic ties with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, asserting that both sides will work towards a free and rules-based Indo-Pacific and that New Delhi supports the development and not expansionism. In a rare move, nearly 1,500 troops of Assam Rifles will be redeployed from their core area to Jammu, which has been experiencing terror attacks. This marks the first time the force known as a Friend of the Northeast will be stationed in Jammu, and it may soon establish a small base in Jammu and Kashmir. Hitting out at the previous Congress government's an unusually combative railway minister, Ashwini Vaishnav on Thursday accused the opposition party of amplifying small incidents on the railway network through its social media troll army to create fear among its 2 crore plus passengers. Supreme Court will pronounce its detailed judgment today, explaining its decision not to cancel the NEET UG 2024 examination. On July 23, the Apex Court rejected the plea for a retest, with CJI D.Y. Chandrachud noting that conducting a fresh exam would have serious consequences, impacting over 24 lakh students who participated in the exam. The Election Commission of India, in a letter to the electoral officers of Jammu and Kashmir, Haryana, Maharashtra and Jharkhand, announced that polls to the Legislative Assembly of UT of Jammu and Kashmir are due in the near future. The EC instructed the transfer of officers directly connected with elections and posted in their own districts by August 20. In the letter addressed to the Chief Secretaries and Chief Electoral Officers, the poll body emphasized that officers directly connected with the conduct of elections should not be posted in places where they have served for a considerable period. Bharatiya Janata Party Lok Sabha MP Anurag Thakur responded to the controversy surrounding his speech on caste census by stating that the backlash was a result of some people feeling their sense of entitlement was challenged. He remarked, "Some people's sense of entitlement got hurt because of the statement I made. The result was that the entire ecosystem started yelling." Denis Francis, president of the 78th session of the United Nations General Assembly, emphasized the significant role of mobile phones and digital banking services in India in alleviating poverty for 800 million people. Speaking at the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, Francis highlighted India's success as a prime example of how technology and innovation can transform lives in developing countries. That's all for the headlines of the day. For more updates, download the app and keep watching Rhythm.